What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa. And if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. 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 Whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. 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 Oh, yeah, I've discussed it with myself, and I'm disgusted with the way we're told to have a certain face. I stood and wait because we aren't pixels on a screen. No, we're human, we breathe. Every single thing we see curated, it's overrated. These expectations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa. And if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to think. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our cloudlands when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding. And I'll be running, possessed by a low, low voodoo. Fired up like a wolf on a full moon. And we're stuck in a la la land. The tides will turn without us. And I'll be killing time like I might be a cartoon. Take it in real life like haiku. I know we got the good vibes when pieces fall right into place. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up.
How's everyone doing tonight? This is going to be stream number 2. So thank you guys for coming. I tried to hold off. I was watching the critical builds and I was hoping to have those guys wrap up before I went on. I was going to go on at 9, but it's 9:30 and on with the show. So thank you guys for popping in and watching. Let's get started. So I'll just give you guys an update on where I'm at right now. So this is the backpack that I've been working on. I just put some plating on the bottom. There was a gap here before I sealed that up. And then there was also a big gap in between these two vents and I couldn't really decide what I wanted to do with it. So I ended up just kind of doing that 45 panel in there. You can get a look at it. The one panel is 1 millimeter and then the other one is 0.5. So that's what I ended up doing with that. Overall, still pretty satisfied with the way it's coming along. And then I've been working on this guy a little bit. So basically I've just been filling in the seams, doing all the boring work. I'm trying to think what I want to do for it, because the thing with this one is it goes on like that, right? So it's going to be on the backpack. So I don't think I'll ever have him actually posing with it, but I need to add some type of detail on the bottom. We might do a little bit of that tonight once we clean up a bit more. But it's just important, right? Because it's going to be, where are we at here? Like that. So I just want to figure out what I'm going to do there. And then this guy I've been working on forever. So this was the Gym 2, just his regular sniper rifle. Again, I just lopped it off here. And then I took some styrene and just kind of turned it into a pseudo railgun. Filled the holes here. And you can see that I've just kind of been playing with what I want to do for scribing. So I've had to redo this plate a couple times. I wasn't really happy with some of the scribing that I did on it. So I actually cut it off a couple times and have replated it since. So I think what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of scribing on here to kind of get it to where I want it. I do want to add, if you can see if that'll focus, on the bottom here, I do want to add another piece of styrene to kind of bring out the detail on that piece. So yeah, we're just gonna start working away here. So I think what we're gonna do first is we're gonna do a little bit of scribing just to get at it. So what we're going to do first is just do this line here that I have. I made it pretty basic. I just used the 45-degree scribe jigs that I have here. I just got to figure out which ones I was using. What's that? Got too many of them here. All right, that's the one. So you can see how I drew that on there. I just used this guide. So we'll take that off. Put these bad boys on. All right. This is pretty straightforward. I'm just going to run it across the guide here. Something nice and simple. Whoop. All right. Just go back over it here now without the guide. So now we just have to find the mirror to the 2 right here. And we come around and do the other side. Do one more spot over here. Alright, just wrapping it around the corners here to complete the panel. Cool. And just grab your stick here, give it a little sanding. Might have a bit of blowout here that we'll have to fix. Again, just wrapping the panel on the back side here to make sure it goes all the way around. Cool. Again, just a little bit of cleanup. Just some real simple. Let's see here. Got a little bit of cleanup to do, but you have it on both sides. Some fairly even panel lines. So the next thing I want to do is I want to make that panel on the bottom, but what I want to do is I actually want to build it up. I'm probably going to make it out of plate. There's a little lip right here. I don't know if you can see it. And I want something to butt up against it to give it more of an actual, just look a little bit better. So I'm just going to grab some tape. I'm just going to cut this down a little bit. Make it nice and straight. Put it on the bottom here. I'm gonna try to use the bottom of the tape as the flat edge. Oh, we're out of focus. How about that? That looks better. Alright. Cool. Alright, now what I'm gonna do for this is to give it that shape that I want. I'm going to grab some of these. Have them in all different lengths here. I think I did my mock-up with the one. And that might be, I want to bevel the edges after, so if I just do a 1, that might not be enough. So what we're going to do is go with 1.5. That's what we're going to go with. And pencil here. We're just going to make a template. That way. And this should guarantee that it is in the center here. Camera cut out there. So just using the guides. See if we can get it to focus. Basically, we just added 2 lines. And then what we're going to do next is grab these guys. Let's see here. We're just going to take the 45s. Put them like this. And this will just give us the 45 angle right here. And we can go right across because we're going to do that. What was that? The 1. We're going to grab this guy and do the same thing on the other side. Make sure they line up. Okay. So if you look at it, it actually gives us a point, which is not what we're actually going for. Actually going to focus. So by putting the 245s, it gives us a point there, but what we want is just go right across with a line. So that's easy enough. We're just going to grab any one of these, possibly any one of these. Let's have a look, see what we have. We might just do this. That's not very straight. So let's see here. Got another plan. So what we'll do then, I got an idea. Didn't quite work out how I thought it would. We're gonna do this in 1 mil. See what we have in the scraps. We'll use that as our flat edge. And just let's have a look here. Pretty close to what we're trying to get to here, I think. Maybe. we take let's give it a sanding, take the burr off the one end here. It's hard to see, isn't it? All right. I think that's kind of what we're looking to accomplish here. But now I just want to give the corners a nice 45. All right. This over here. Let's have a look now. So it's not quite flush on the bottom here, but once we fill it in, it should be pretty good. So yeah, so you can see that it's a little bit shorter than the original that I was going for, but it's going to be pretty good. Close enough anyway. And then I just need to take a look at these corners because they're not quite symmetrical. They're pretty close though. And camera's acting up today. Also looking at what I'm printing there, and that is definitely not printing properly. Huh. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to stop that print because it is not supposed to look like that. Let's just go here. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Alright. We will cancel that. That's too bad. I was hoping that was going to finish tonight. See it there? They look pretty good to me anyway. Just going to flatten the bottom a little bit here. Cool. And we are pretty good there, I think. So what I am going to do though is I'm going to give the edges just a quick bevel before I stick them on there. So just taking my hobby knife, I'm just going to run it across the corners here, off the sides, and just a slight bevel, just to give it a little bit more form. Last side. All right, let's have a look here. Pretty good. We'll just give it a little job on the sander here. Using my hobby knife just to kind of make the edges a little bit crisper. The sanding tends to sometimes round the edges. This should bring them a little bit sharper. Cool. Alright, I'm going to stick her on again here. Let's see if this is the final form. Nice. What are we gonna use? Gonna use something if I can find it. All right. So we're gonna set this on here. It's not quite square, so I need something that's going to give me a little bit of working time. That's why I'm not using the super glue. I'm just going to put a little bit on here. And again, the bottom of this isn't flush to the base of the gun, and I'm okay with that because we will be backfilling it with a little bit of super glue just to kind of get things squared away after, shape it a little bit. And what we can use is one of the scribe guides here. So this is, if you can see, 1.5. So it's 1.5, which means that this top edge focus is 1.5. So what we can do here is we can stick it along the edge, just kind of make sure that we're equal distances from either side, and that'll make sure that we're squared up. Looks pretty good, actually. One thing I'm noticing though is it needs to go this way. Cool. Let's hit it around the edges here with some glue. Awesome. So I'm trying some new audio tonight, guys, so if it sounds weird, let me know, and I can go back to the original audio setup that I had, but I'm just trying out a new setup, see how it works. Zooming in here, focus, there we go. So that's what we have on the bottom of this guy. So nice little scribe detail here is bottom plate. As you can see, it's not straight against the gun there. You can see that it's kind of off center there, but that's fine. We're going to use a little bit of super glue after, and just put a little bit of super glue in there, sand it down, and it'll be good to go. I'm just having a look here. What I'm thinking about doing next is I have a line drawn there, and I'm assuming I want to describe something, so I guess that's what we're going to do. Well, that's what I have that line there, right? Alright, so to keep it simple, I'm going to pull out this guy. So to keep it simple, I'm probably just going to use the distance of the Dymo tape here. That'll make measuring it easy. Chat's a little quiet tonight. What are you guys up to, or what are you building these days? I'm curious. Assuming chat's quiet, let's double check. Yeah. So I could just go, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna use, no, what am I gonna do here? Need to think about this for a second. Put that guy down. Thinking I go there versus using that line, but we're gonna go here and see what happens. The trick is to make sure we end up straight. So I'm just going to do that, fold it over here, hope we get a good distance. Yeah, it looks crooked already. Let's see what we can do about that. I think that's pretty good. If I would have cut a little bit bigger, I could have used the corners here as guides, but this side's a little bit short. But looks like it's going to line up, and with that small of a scribe line that I want to do, I don't think we'll notice. So we'll go ahead and give it a shot here, see what happens. I'm just going to double check my edges here. Yeah, they look pretty good. Wish this would stick down though. Double check one more time. Awesome. Put these bad boys on. And we're going to start with 0.15. Get this guy stuck down good here. Don't like that it's not sticking. We're going to pull the one corner up here and make sure we get her nice. And like I said, I've redone this bottom piece a couple times, so I just don't feel like doing it again. So I want to make sure that all my scribes are exactly where I want them to be. I'm just going to hold it and go right across. Awesome. All right. Now I'm gonna I have a panel line. Flip those up. I have a panel line right here, and that's all I'm gonna scribe up to. So if you can see it, right here. So it's just about 1.5 millimeters. So again, just making sure we're fairly straight. Be able to just rip this one out easy. Wrap it around. Alright, and then we'll do the same on the other side here. It looks like it's pretty lined up, so we're just going to go for it here. Done. That should be good. Now what I'm gonna do next is I want to put a couple notches in. So I'm gonna keep the damo tape on there just as a guide still. I think what I want to do here. Do that, or do I want to? Thinking I either want to do notches, like 2 little notches, or 1 bigger notch. Yeah, we're going to do 2 little notches. So we're just going to try to center up on this here. Now this tape may have lost its usefulness now though. sure it's center to the bottom here. It's nothing worse than when you do a scribe and then you take off the tape and you're not center. Sucks. Alright, let's have a look here. Pretty close. I don't think we're going to get much closer than that, so we might just go for it here. As I adjust the tape. Try it one more time here. You know what? We're gonna call an audible on this. We're just gonna mark it off here like this. Pull this guy off. I think what we are gonna do, or at least what I'm thinking we're gonna do, is this. I think what I want to do is just like one notch across instead of two. So the easiest way to do that, so I'm just going to grab some Dymo tape and cut a couple matching lengths and go from either side and then connect them. So we're just going to arbitrarily pick something that looks reasonable. I think that looks good. Stick the Dymo tape there, try not to cut my finger. And another one. So that should give us two matching pieces. We're going to come back to this guy and just kind of see where they are. Lavender 6072. How's it going? Awesome, good to hear. Cool weapon, will it work? Like in real life, probably not, but the whole idea of it was basically it's a railgun, as you can see, so well, hopefully as you can see, or else I didn't do a very good job on it, but yeah, so basically this piece goes on here like that, and then it has a scope that I've been working on. So that's essentially what it's going to look like. The cool thing about this weapon is the actual teeth. So if you actually see them, they're actually perfectly spaced out. And how I actually did that is I 3D printed a jig that had little notches in it, and I laid it flat in there and was able to get exact perfect spacing for those teeth. So pretty proud of that setup on this one. All right, so Right on. Yeah, this was, I don't know if you're familiar with the Jim Sniper 2 rifle, but it basically has, so essentially, this used to be the barrel on it, right? So it just sat in there like that, and, you know, it was called, it's, you know, it's a Jim Sniper 2 is the name of the unit. So that's pretty wimpy looking sniper rifle is what I was figuring. So, yeah, I just pulled it out, chopped down the stock a little bit, and just started adding styrene to it. So some plating here, some 3mm styrene squares, I guess, square bar, I guess that's what it's called. And yeah, and then so this is its parent weapon that I'm working on right now. We're just basically in the cleanup phases of this one. So the way this one works is it's not actually gonna, the model's never gonna actually use it. So this is the model that we're working with anyway right now. You can see I customized it quite extensively. And then this is the backpack that is completely scratch built. So I've made this 100% out of just styrene sheet. It just goes on his backpack, custom made those vents. And then this guy, he's just a showpiece basically, but he does attach on there with a magnet. So he just basically hangs off the back. So depending on where we get tonight, we're going to start working on this guy a little bit, because I do have to detail up the bottom of it, because that is mostly what you're going to end up seeing when the model's done. So TF2, Team Fortress? I don't know. I think so. Let me know. Where I get most of my ideas for the weapons, ArtStation. I was shown that by somebody, and that's usually what I use for getting ideas. It's just where a bunch of graphic designers update their work. Awesome, Team Fortress 2, sweet. So yeah, so I'm sure I've come across some Team Fortress 2 weapons. A lot of video game designers post their weapons to ArtStation. So a lot of the inspiration for the railgun came from that app. I'm in there quite a bit just looking around. So I'm just taking a look here. That is, what is that? So that's a 1. Just going through my scribes here. Awesome, thanks for following me. I appreciate that. Right on, that's awesome. I would suspect that would make you my first Twitch follower. I have most of my followers on YouTube, but I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hopefully I can entertain you. So yeah, so I'm just going to take my 0.5 scriber and just make a little notch just to kind of make it look like this panel can, just to give it more dynamic look basically. Flip it around. 17 followers. Well, you got a head start on me. Do you stream frequently on Twitch? No. Fair enough. This is only my second official stream. I've done a few sample streams here and there, but again, this is only the second time. Alright, so we're just going to give that a little sanding here. So it's hard to make out, but basically donation setup. Nice. I'm sure it'll come. He's got to keep working on it. Makes feeling better. I don't have any donations either. Alright, so let's have a look here. The other thing I want to do is something on this bottom panel. I'm just not 100% sure yet. Something like that, maybe. I don't know. Half the time, my streams are me going, I don't know what I want to do. I'm a very much fly by the seat of my pants modeler. A lot of people plan, but that's just not really my thing. I like to just kind of go for it. Full send. Alright, so I think what I'm going to end up doing is just, I don't know what I'm going to do, scribe across here, just kind of break this panel up a bit. Maybe this is the one that I'll put a couple notches on actually. Just want to make sure that it's straight. Looks pretty good. Let's try this. Eyes on. Maybe grab the right. And what we'll do is we're just going to switch it up here and go with a 0.2 just to give it a little bit more. Break up the bottom of this thing a bit. Close enough. Actually, you know what we'll do? Maybe we should put like a little panel on here instead. So what we're gonna do is just end up putting a micro panel on here, just something a little bit more Let's see what this looks like. This is just going to be a little access panel basically on the bottom of the rifle. Like that. Need to chop it down just a tiny bit more. Cool. Come on. Let's get the backing off this tape. Then we're just going to work on centering this. Maybe. Grab the tweezers. Come on. Let's see if we can do this. Alright, let's see what we have here. Trying to just get that center. Just want it to be a nice micro panel on the bottom here. Just trying to look at it from a distance here to make sure that it looks straighter. Have a closer look here. I don't think we're going to do much better than that anyway. Alright, we're just going for it. But we're going to switch it up here now. We had the 0.2, but I'm going to go back to the 0.15 here. And just take my time on this guy. So I'm just doing the top and bottom scribes, and then I'm hoping that'll give me enough to just connect them with the side scribes. Just nice and easy so I don't blow out these corners. Scope off. Now let's see if we can join these guys. Looks pretty good. Uh-oh. Tape shifted here. Oh, that's not good. Alright, well, we're taking this off because it completely shifted on us. But I think we might be okay here. We can probably clean this up. Maybe. Come on. Nope, we're gonna have to get some tape on there. I didn't quite get the scribes in as deep as I needed them to be. Hopefully no problem though. We'll just slap this tape on here and see what happens. See if we can get it to line up. Alright. I always hate doing this because I think we're good. Alright, well, hopefully this will do the trick. Come back from the other side here. Hopefully we can tighten this corner up. Maybe. Alright, I think we might be okay actually. Just need to come back. Yep, I think we're alright. As long as I got the square center in the first place, I think we'll be okay. Go around it one more time here, clean everything out. hope we got her. The styrene sheets that I'm using are eBay specials, so they're not the greatest to scribe on, I find. Let's have a look here. Alright, we're getting close to cleaning it up here. Alright, I think we're going to call it there. The only problem that I have... Julius, how's it going tonight? Yeah, the beard, it comes and goes. Usually goes when the wife says it goes, but... So, I don't know if you'll be able to make that out, but... No, you can't really see. I put a small rectangle panel on the bottom here. The only problem is the tape was pretty small and it shifted. So I tried to make do. I think it'll be okay. I don't know. I'm probably just looking at this and I'm going to end up filling it in. Trying it again, but maybe. It's one of those far from good, but might be good from far depending on how you're looking at it. Might even be able to just bevel the edge a tiny bit more to match it up. Let's just see what we can do here. Were you watching Chris's stream tonight? Happy wife, happy life. You got her. Alright, well, we might just walk away from this guy for now. Again, I'm just looking at this bottom panel and it's close. Junk Guild 1, thank you. It's coming along. It's coming along, so we'll have a look at it here. So this is where we're at right now. So that is the gist of what we're going for. Still got to do a little bit of work on that unit. Ah, those Gundam guys. Yeah, I watched Chris's stream. It was pretty good. It's pretty funny when they were critiquing Tim's Jesta. I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, So that's the gist of where we're at with this guy. Man, my camera's been acting up today. We added some scribe lines earlier. Again, hard to see, but you can see we added scribe lines, and we just did that using these guys, just the 45 scribe guides that I made. There's, again, just plastic. I just slapped them on there on either side, and that gave us matching 45 scribes here. And then we ended up doing this base plate right here. It's good. I'm happy with its placement, but again, I'm not necessarily so happy about that axis panel that I just put on it. I was using a tiny piece of Dymo tape and it shifted on the one side. I tried to put another piece down and fix it, but I'm just not too sure I did. But we'll look at it in some sunlight tomorrow and figure it out. What else do we have here? So, yeah, I'm just going to set that to the side. So this is where we're at with, come on, this guy's going to crash down on me. I got this guy, taken him apart too many times, and he's pretty floppy now. So we're going to have to do some joint tightening on him because he does not enjoy wearing the custom backpack that we made for him. So he barely can handle the backpack, let alone the backpack with the actual accessories on it. But yeah, and so for the backpack, just so you guys are kind of caught up on where it's at, before I had a big gap in between the two vents, so I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I ended up just kind of going with a 45, again, panel line using the 45s. And then if you actually look at it, it's hard to tell, but it's actually 2 levels. So the bigger panel in between there is actually 1 millimeter, and then the second one is 0.5, and that was actually by accident, but I won't tell anybody that. We'll just go with saying that was a design that I went for, give it a little bit of dynamicness, I guess. So where we're at now with this guy is I want to do a panel, well, a raised panel on this side and matching on this side, because eventually I do have to add, where is it? I lost it, but basically when this guy goes on and it's against the back, you can see that it does not want to lay flat. So I have a little notch that I put in between here, and yeah, basically it stops the gun from flinging through. But before I put that on there, I want to add something here. And before I do that, the other problem that I have is, man, the focus is not working for me today. Right here you can see that I have a variation here, this bottom panel here, but it just kind of comes to the end and it just ends, which obviously is not how a panel would work. Same on this side, it just comes to an end. So what I'm thinking of doing, or what I'm going to do, is do some scribing on the back side here and on here, just to kind of basically wrap it up so that you can see this piece do something. It doesn't just end on the backpack, if that makes sense. So I was playing with that earlier, and I think I can do it pretty straightforward. I think I had the right sizes that I needed. We'll see what we have here though. Yeah, so what I was playing with, or the idea, so I'll take this. Now normally, let's just do this here. Yeah, so that's probably the right size, but I can't actually, normally I would just stick this on here, grab my scriber and rip across the plastic, but the pencil lead's thicker than the actual scriber, so if I do that, I can see by looking at it that I'll be off. So what I'm going to do is just use the pencil edge just to give me something to draw a straight line with the tape. I'm still just going to use Dymo tape on that, make sure that it looks good, ends with the end of the panel there, and break the backpack. I have these little nubbins on the top, and I glued them on way too early, and I've snapped one off. I have it set off to the side. This guy's snapped off a couple times, but I'm actually done gluing them back on until we actually get a little bit further into the project here. Probably right before we get to paint, to be honest, because I'm going to end up losing them. So that was 3. And then so I got to use a different size one on this side because it actually jets out. It actually has, you know, a bigger gap from the side. You can see the pencil line there if my camera would focus. So what I plan to do is I'm just going to run a line. This is the right one too, just about. This will give us an idea of what we're going for maybe. What is that, 5? Where's the 6? Do we have a 6? I don't think I have a 6. 5, 5, something like that. Whatever, 5, 5. We'll do that. So you can see that this line will actually be a little bit higher, but I want to bring it back in also to be basically the same distance as the other one. So 3. I don't know about you guys, but about 20 minutes into my builds, my desk is just a mess. Let's see if I can just get this here. That's what I wanted, just a little sloppy. So that'll do what we needed to do. And then I just want to bring this line in with a 45. So again, just any 45 will do the trick here, as long as it's the right side. Somewhere I got one. Right there should do the trick. There. So basically what we'll do on this side is scribe down here, come across, and then go down this line. And then to match it up on this side, because it is asymmetrical, we're just going to run a line down here. And then probably, although unfortunately it's right, you can see that glue seam. Guess we're going to run a scribe line down that and see what happens. Traditionally I don't have very good luck running down on a glue line, but I don't know, we'll see what happens here. So just grab the tape here. Gotta put these cool guys on, right? Nothing says cool like these guys. But I will say, like, they were cheap, but man, they actually do a really good job. The lenses on them are great. They're not so good for wearing for periods of time because they do hurt the nose, but they get the job done anyway. Cool. So we'll scribe this guy down here. Let's make sure it's right at the edge of this one. Perfect. Alright, so that was easy. Now we're going to try to do this guy without buggering it up. So I'm hoping. Do it like that. This. So this is the MadWorks 3mm scribe tape. To be honest, I mean, it's nice because of the size, but I'm still a bigger fan of using the Dymo tape, to be honest. Like, this stuff's kind of nice because you can see through it, obviously, and see your lines, but it just doesn't seem to have the holding power that I would like it to have. So, clean up these corners a bit here. We may have blown out that one. That would suck. Whoops. Oh well. We can clean that up. But yeah, that gave me what I was looking for anyway, so that's good. So we can erase some of this. But yeah, looks like we're scribing exactly along that line, so. Actually. That's not great. I think the one line here is actually a little sloppy somehow. Maybe not. Yeah, the one line again, I doubt you'll be able to see it. This guy right here, he's a little bit sloppy. Well, he might not be. It's hard to tell. Yeah, we're probably just going to rescribe that guy after. Next, what we're going to do is we are just going to join the bottom here, across the bottom. Just to get it done, and then we might backfill this other one and just fix it. So it looks like this is the problem when you scratch build something when you're not very good at it. Is a lot of my lines aren't where they should be. What's up, Chris? Good stream tonight. I thought it was pretty cool actually. Caught most of it. Popped in and out a few times. What stream? Did you not stream tonight? Your build review. At least I'm pretty sure I was watching it. Yeah, that one. I'm curious who that Tim guy is, though. No, it was good. I like it. I like your streams. They're always entertaining. Lots of information. I thought you guys did a real good job of professionally critiquing the models, and you know, I thought it was really done well, because that's something that it's hard to do, right? You want to make sure that you're giving good feedback, but you're not you know, hurting anybody too bad. So I thought it was a great stream. So, like I figured, we'll see what this looks like after, but I hate scribing literally on a glue line, but I think it's okay. I think we'll survive. So yeah, so that line on the bottom, it was on a glue line, like exactly on a glue line. It turned out pretty good. There is one divot right there that I'll have to clean up, but other than that, it's pretty good. I'm happy with that anyway. So then I'm just going to do panel lining along the edge here, just to kind of join it all together here. This thing wants to get busted off real bad. Oh, times 2, I guess, eh? Start working on your sanding sticks yet there, Chris? I saw your Ninja Turtle. That thing looked sick. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be picking up a resin printer right away because, yeah, that turtle looks awesome. Man, camera is funky tonight. Alright, so again, I just gonna focus. No. Doesn't like the times 2 maybe. Yeah, so again, I just ran a panel line along the edge here just to have this part go somewhere, otherwise it just kind of ended. Ran it across the top and then brought it back to, man, you can't see anything. Let's see here. Yeah, ran it along the side here, did a 45 angle to bring it back in to the side and then across the bottom for now. Yeah, everything turned out pretty good. This one line I'm just not overly happy with, but I think we're we're probably going to fill it in and do it again, to be honest, but we might sleep on that one. Cool. So, what time is it? 11. We'll go for a little bit yet. So I've been trying to come up with something to do with the sides here. And so I want some type of raised panel, and then I'll finish it off with some regular recessed panel lines. I've drawn a bunch of things on here. I'm just not 100% sure the look that I'm going for, to be honest. You know, I want it to be offset from the edge here. Like even something. Problem that I have is I have this circle piece here, and I don't really want to do a panel that has any half circle around that circle piece, so but it kind of gets stuck up in this piece because I think it looks a little bit weird because it just isn't open space. So if I can maybe do a panel up there or something. What I might end up doing is just randomly making a panel and sticking it on and just going with it, because I don't know, something like that. I don't know. As I said, I've looked at this 100 times and I just don't know. Might have to go to the internet later on and just get some more inspiration on what I want to do with it. Again, this side's not so bad because the gun will be covering it. This is the side that will be exposed for the most part. But we'll see. So I'm just going to set that to the side. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'm just going to fix that panel line so I can sleep tonight. Yeah, this panel line is definitely bothering me, so we're just going to fill it in. Awesome. Just stuck my finger in the glue. Pro move. Alright. I think the divot in the bottom here might actually be okay once we panel line it. It's hard to say. Whatever. We're just going to roll with it. Said it before, but man, this Instastat. Let's give it a second here. Okay. So I bought these are Galaxy Tool sanding sticks. They're actually pretty good. They were cheap. They were, eBay, but they seem to do the trick really well for sanding anyway. Pretty happy with them. I think I got 3 of them for about $7. Just like that, we're filled in. Nice. Now, just gonna fill it in one more time just to make sure that we have everything. And then we're gonna leave it. I'll panel line it tomorrow maybe. or a little bit later. I just want to make sure that it's fully cured. I just got super glue all over the place. Nice thing about this is I used a 45 to make it, but in the end it doesn't have to be exactly 45. So once I sand it down, I'll be able to join the corners without it having to be exactly how it was before, and it should be just fine. Just leave that to the side. All right. Where are we at other than a giant mess? Just gonna do a quick tidy up here, guys. Sweep it under the rug. All right, where are we at? So I think I'm just going to end off with just doing a little bit more cleanup. I need to glue this guy together right away. And normally I wouldn't glue it together because it'd make it easy to paint it. But what I'm dealing with on the bottom here is I've joined these two pieces. You can see they're just not quite flush, right? I want that to be flush on the edges and stuff. So if I glue it together, again, I can backfill this with some super glue and then shape it a little bit, and it'll look better. It'll look nice and tight, which is what I'm going for. So do I want to glue that right now and just commit to it is the question. And I think I probably do. I think we're just going to go for it. I don't think we're going to be doing too many modifications to this guy. There's something here. I'm going to put something there. I don't know what it is, but there needs to be something. The other thing to remember that I've said it before, but when it's on the backpack, that's what you're going to be looking at the most. So, I mean, we're going to do something with the bottom here. When I got rid of the seam, I have a bit of buildup here. I've had a hard time kind of cleaning it out. So what we might end up doing is, sticking a plate on there, detailing up that plate. That's probably what we're going to end up doing. I think that'll save me a lot more time than trying to get that smooth. And then, we can add, it has a little bit of half round on it already, but again, we can just recreate that look by slopping some half round on it and just detailing it up that way. So, not a big deal, but again, I want to do something here because that is what you're going to be seeing. And then the clip is a little bit bland, so I feel like we can do something. Obviously, I have another seam. So when I did the seams on this, I ended up doing it with but I didn't do a very good job, so I had to go over and fill quite a bit with the actual CA glue. So that's why you can see that there's a lot of shine to it. Right there, I gotta clean that up. Most of it seems pretty good. There's a couple smaller spots like in there. It's gonna be a little bit harder to get in there and sand, so I'll have to get some type of smaller sanding stick in there. But yeah, I think what we'll do then is let's just sand it. We'll just glue this guy and go from there. Again, because I want to position it a little bit, I'm not going to use the CA glue, so I want to have a little bit of time to position it. In fact, what I want to do, I was thinking, put a little bit on here too, that I get a nice melted seam, hopefully. committed. That is no longer coming apart. So hopefully that's the right decision. I think it'll be fine. Set that to the side. We're just going to do a little bit of cleanup on this guy here while it's there. A little bit of glue cleanup here. Nice. Alright. Cool. Nice. Alright, so what do we want to do next here? Just kind of looking what I have left for cleanup. I got a couple spots that aren't going to be the easiest to get at. If I want to tackle those now or come back to them. Maybe what we'll do is let's have a look at clipping this guy. I have just a bag of scraps here. Save everything. Probably what we can do is basically I'm just trying to emulate what we already have on the bottom for the most part. But I got a crap ton of glue in there when I sealed it up, and trying to sand it out is just going to look terrible anyway. So if I take this, there's a little half round piece right at the end here. I should be able to just mimic the entire thing. Basically just replace it with my own half round and my own plate, and we should be none the wiser on it. We'll see how that goes though. Did you guys see the guy that posted it on the Mech Army Facebook page? He made his own chopper, 3D printed handle and stuff. I think it was pretty sick. trying to stick it into the actual groove here, but I could probably set it on top and then that would give me a nice flush. I could just cut it flush on the side of the gun here. That's might be what we go for. Just have another look here if we do this. Maybe not. We're gonna keep going with this idea of recessing it in between here. If we do that, then I can grab my scriber and put some scribes on this at least to give it a little bit more interest. See what I'm trying to do here is just fit it in between, nice and even. Get it. Let's grab a couple lines in it. Get it where we're happy anyway. So we take off a bit more anyway. And it is. Come on. Lie flat. Not want to lie there. Come on. Holy. 1 hour later. trying to clean out some of the half round that's already on the gun, just so that this one will fit a little bit more flush. Cool, I think that's good. And then what I want to do is let's look at it. So, you guys have seen this before. This is just kind of my half round jig. What I do is I just stick the half round in here. So we can do one smaller. Stick it in like that. Grab this guy and we just run it along the edge here. But what we're going to do is just extend this out a bit. Do that. Stick it out a little bit more, but at least then it'll let us run it flat along the edge. We're just going to throw some lines into this thing. This is just to give it a little bit more interest anyway. Good. Flip it around here. Maybe put it in shot here so you can see what we're trying to do here. do want to thank everyone that did come in and watch the stream. I do want to have a shout out though. So I got my Mecha decals by some Tim guy. So I got them from Show Me What You Bought. He's the Canadian distributor of them. And if you guys are looking to get something, if you're in Canada, I highly recommend using this guy right here. So he hooked me up. Awesome customer service. He was back ordered for a few weeks, but he kept me in the loop, and awesome customer service. So just a shout out to these guys. When I used them, they didn't have their website up yet, but you can see there that ibuildrobots.ca. So go check them out. On that note, again, thank you everyone for watching tonight, and I'm going to try to stream on Saturday evenings. We'll see how it goes. I think I'll probably be doing a few impromptu streams throughout the week, but you know, that really just depends on who else is streaming at the time, and I mean, if I feel like streaming or not. I'm not really going to commit to guaranteed streams other than Saturday at this point, just time constraints and whatnot. But again, thank you everybody for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next stream. Oh, also, keep an eye out for my next YouTube video, because I am making a video on using some of the scribe guides. That'll be coming out in a couple weeks, so keep your eyes open for that. Again, thank you, and I will see you guys next time.